all. And get us started with our service. Okay. So welcome everyone. Shabbat Shalom. We turn now, if you use your computer for work or for something very responsible, we're going to turn our computers now into holy spaces, into sanctuaries. So we link each of us one to the other, creating holy space and holy time. And we begin to move into Shabbat, letting go of the stress and anxiety of the week. And we do that with our breathing meditation, taking first a deep breath in and releasing. And this next breath in, we'll take a deep breath in and we will release the week. And this next breath in, we'll breathe in and we'll breathe in so deeply, we'll feel the sweetness of Shabbat, that sweetness that only comes on Shabbat. And we invite Shabbat to envelop us. And because it is important not only to have holy time and holy space and to have these sacred moments, it's also incredibly important to have just a little bit of humor here and there. So I want to share that Deb reminded me what our opening song is with a direct message. And she told me it's When Shabbat, welcoming Shabbat. And she said, you know, she typed in what the artist is, which is Flori Jagoda, but you know, thanks to auto check, it put Flori Pagoda. So instead of Jagoda, which I think is quite amusing. So thanks to autocorrect.
Yes.
Poor Flori Jagoda has a new name, and it is Flori Pagoda. Really, her name is Flori Jagoda. So we sing together for a good Buen Shabbat, a good Shabbat.
Buen Shabbat, con salud y vida. Buen Shabbat a toda la familia. Buen Shabbat, con salud y vida. Años muchos, con paz y alegría.
What a lovely song to begin our Shabbat with. I want to welcome Rabbi Ali Fishman, who joins us again for Turning Points. Our speaker this evening is Tracey Messer. I'll introduce her again, both of them again later on in the service. And we are going to turn now to lighting our Shabbat candles and offering Kiddush. If you'd like to join me, which I hope that you will, I invite you to get your candles and join me at this time reading along. Sorry, okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we through our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations who have kindled these lights, so may we be inspired to kindle these lights.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who makes us holy with mitzvot, and who teaches us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God stopped on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on that day God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit. Ki hu yom techilat lemikra kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'acharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-shabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
I am. We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are touched by fingers that soothe us even when we are too proud for soothing. We are counseled by voices that guide us even when we are too embittered to hear. We are loved by an unending love. We are supported by hands that uplift us even in the midst of a fall. We are urged on by eyes that meet us even when we are too weak for meeting. We are loved by an unending love. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counseled. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love. We turn to the Baruch Hu, which is the call to worship. It says to God, we've warmed up a little bit and we are now ready to dig in a little deeper to our prayers. We rise in body or in spirit.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach leolam vaed.
Bless the source who spins day into dusk. With wisdom watches the dawn gates open. With understanding lets time and seasons come and go. With awe perceives the stars in lawful orbit. Morning dawns, evening darkness, darkness and light yielding one to the other, yet each distinguished and unique. Marvel at life, strive to know its ways, seek wisdom and truth, the gateways to life's mysteries. Wondrous indeed is the evening twilight. In between the Baruch Hu and the Shema are readings about God's love for the world and the beauty of the evening. And now we turn to the Shema, the watchword of our faith.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם, where am I? I'm sorry. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
The V'ahavta is a beautiful chant. It's taken directly from Torah, and the words teach us about God's love for us and also about our obligation to teach each generation. And so it really is beautiful to me that what happens next is our prayer for redemption, the Geulah, which is the Michamocha, when God redeems us, because each generation is taught this amazing story of liberation. And if children know anything, they know the story of the Exodus. They know Passover. And so we take this commandment from V'ahavta to teach them to your children. And then we move into redemption, which is the story of Passover. And we know that we're doing an okay job because our students and our kids know this story. And so as we sing Micha Mocha, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate how much we know, and that liberation, redemption, and the story for each child to know their responsibility for everyone's freedom is happening.
Mocha nedar bakodesh, Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar bakodesh. Nora tehilot, osef ele, Nora tehilot, osef ele, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Malchutecha
Hashkivenu is our evening lullaby. And as the sun doesn't really start to set, but it's still evening, we think about what we need from our faith, from the energy that we receive from our faith. We need a sense of protection. For many of us, this is a particularly hard time. And so we ask for God's sense of Sukkot Shalom, shelter of peace, as we sing together.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Vehamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukkot shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
We turn now to Bishamru, which is our reminder of the beauty of Shabbat, of how much it means to us to have this sacred time, this time to rest and reflect and renew.
We are going to do that, the Dan Nichols tune today. So this is the gentle one that takes us so gently into Shabbat. That's why I love it. Please join me. Beshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ובשבת Shabbat vayinafash Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam brit olam Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Beautiful, Deb. Thank you. We move now into the tefillah or the amidah, whichever word feels more comfortable for you. They actually mean the same set of prayers. What you see on the screen is a meditation or an intention to re-engage us with our prayer. And the next set of prayers first is reminding us that we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, God's strength, and then another blessing for a beautiful Shabbat. We chant together.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el hagadol hagipor v'hanora, El Elyon, gomel chasadim tovim, v'konei hakol, v'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot, umevi geula lifnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah, Rav lehoshia. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim ve'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech meimit, Umechayeh, Umatmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukedoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
As has become our beautiful custom, we turn now to a moment of gratitude, a time of thankfulness, using our chat, which in most screens is at the bottom in the center of your screen. Make sure it says everyone. Often I end up just telling Deb what I'm grateful for instead of the rest of the community. So make sure you have everyone, and let us know what you're grateful for. What is your moda ani, your grateful moment this week? And as we do that, we will sing Shalom Raf.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech hador, Ki ata lechol hashalom. טוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך שלום רב ישראל לך תשים לעולם שלום רב ישראל לך תשים לעולם תשים לעולם תשים לעולם.
So beautiful to read those incredible notes of gratitude and moments of joy or uplift in this week. And they segue so meaningfully into our Misha Berach, into our prayer for healing. Healing is not a cure necessarily. Of course, we often pray for a cure. In Judaism, healing is refuat nefesh, refuat haguf, a wholeness. Nefesh is soul and guf is body. And so we can pray for healing to be not necessarily that we find a cure, but that we find peace, acceptance, understanding, and love. And so as we turn to our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing, we lift up all of those we love for healing, whether it be a healing of body, a healing of spirit, whether it be struggle with mental illness, struggle of any kind. Because what we pray for is a measure of comfort. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat haguf. We turn to the Misha Berach. If you'd like to share names in the chat, please feel free to do so.
May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen. Bracha le'avotenu. May those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
We take a moment now for silent prayer and reflection. We turn now to our fourth. I have no ability to count anymore. Our fourth Turning Points service. Rabbi Ali, I'm going to spotlight you just for 1 second. I want to introduce Rabbi Ali Fishman if this is your first Turning Points service. So just say hello to Rabbi Ali. I'm going to let you go back to work now. And I'm going to re-spotlight myself. If you're new to this ritual, as a ritual, we're doing it 2 more times after tonight. It's celebrated as part of Shabbat services because during the pandemic, it's been harder than ever to pay attention to the transitions in our lives that deserve to be honored. So we have created a ritual that honors the major moments lives by creating sacred space and place for these milestone events. There are so many turning points in our lives. They are from publishing a book or retiring or welcoming a child or grandchild to career changes. We have missed our life's journeys. And so we're going to celebrate our life's journeys. We hear a story. This evening, we'll hear from Tracey Messer, because we know that stories are powerful. They connect us to one another and inspire deep reflection. And so from Tracey, you'll have a chance to learn from her and also learn about yourself from her. Well, after that, Deb will share a special song. Why is Rabbi Ali here? Rabbi Ali is here because we have received a grant to bring art into this beautiful experience. Rabbi Ali is a camp director. She is the director of Camp Newman in California, which is part of our Reform Movement network. She's also an artist. She is illustrating our shared ritual experience. And so she is joining us for every ritual, and she's live illustrating it. And she will, while Deb is singing, share with us the piece that she has specifically created for Tracey, for Tracey's story. So I want to highlight and spotlight Tracey. There she is. Tracey, I remember the first time I met you. You have another Hawaii connection here when you moved back. And I thought, oh goodness, I really hope Tracey and Karen join the congregation because they're the funniest people I've ever met. But more, most importantly, you teach at Case Western and you have so much to teach us. And I'm really excited to hear your journey. So I am going to remove myself and let you teach us.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, STKA family, Rabbi Fishman. I'm honored to be with you tonight to share one of my pandemic turning point stories. The late Rachel Remen wrote a story about the time her grandfather brought her a cup full of dirt when she was 4 years old. He added water to the dirt, placed it on her windowsill, and told her, if you promise to put some water in the cup every day, something might happen. At first, it was easy to put water in the cup, but as days passed and nothing changed, it got harder and harder. Some days she remembered watering only after she'd been put to bed, and she'd have to get out of bed and water in the dark. Then, one morning, there were 2 little green leaves that were not there the day before. She was astonished, but of course, her grandfather was not. He explained to her that life is everywhere, hidden in the most ordinary and unlikely places, and all it needs to flourish is our attention and faithfulness. I don't think of my case students as cups of dirt. But at the start of the pandemic, I was curious about what would grow in them and in me from our time together. Now, you have to remember that my wife and I were in London for spring break. We caught one of the last planes out, a mere 24 hours before the UK borders closed. My students were no better off. They were told not to return to campus from spring break and were not sure when they could retrieve their belongings. I arrived in Cleveland to the message that campus would be closed the following Monday and Tuesday, so faculty could prepare for remote education beginning on Wednesday. Most of us have a little imposter syndrome within us. My syndrome sparks when I look around and think, I'm in a profession that values the life of the mind, and that isn't me exactly. My superpowers are kindness and curiosity. So, teaching online had me wondering if my imposter status would be revealed. I wondered what I could do to attract students so they would turn on their cameras so we could see one another. I was disappointed when the technology didn't work and doubted my ability to create a learning environment that was equal to the talents and ambitions and short attention spans of my students in this new world of remote education. But I learned that the same faithfulness and attention that grows seedlings also grows students and their teachers. And my superpowers of kindness and curiosity came in handy when uncertainty rules. On Zoom, we did yoga, meditation, and even played hangman for the first few minutes of class to help us become present. We used breakout rooms and small groups to build community every Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30 to reduce our individual isolation. Of course, the pandemic did not only occur at work. One more story about attention and faithfulness, this one about my family. My wife, Karen, has a progressive cognitive impairment that has been especially challenging during the pandemic. Individually and together, we too are like seeds in the cup, providing water and sunshine to one another to the best of our ability, and finding it in the world around us keeps our shoots green and growing toward the sun.
These keep surprising me with how emotional I become. Tracey, you are an extraordinary gift. Thank you. I'm going to bring Deb here to start singing. I'm going to go away.
All right.
And then we're going to have Allie, Rabbi Allie, bring her art. Tracey, thank you.
Thank you.
I've always been good at beginnings. Lines fading off into the distance. I love the sense of endless possibility. Yeah. Open skies and no resistance. But it's the choices we make that determine our life shapes, that tell us who we're gonna be. And it's the chances we take that define our direction, that separate the you from the me. Come on, let's celebrate the you and the me. Now the days move on just like the ones before. Trapped inside an empty box, always wanting more. I don't want to settle for mediocrity, no, but it's so hard to drag this dream into reality. And it's the choices we make that determine our life shapes, that tell us who we're gonna be. And it's the chances we take that define our direction, that separate the you from the me. Come on, let's celebrate the you and the me. Come on, let's be the people we were meant to be. When I come to the end, complete the circle. Look back upon the moments that made the journey. Will I close my eyes and enjoy it all again? Or will I have to wonder at what might have been? And it's the choices we make that determine our life shapes, that tell us who we're gonna be. And it's the chances we take that define our direction, that separate the you and the me. Come on, let's celebrate the you and the me. Come on, let's be the people we were meant to be.
Blessed are you, God, who brings us to the goodness of this moment. We are grateful for the blessings and even the struggle and the losses too, for they remind us of our unique humanity. We are grateful for support, for connection. May we continue to uplift, to care for each other as we come together for these turning points. May the spirit of community, the inspiration of story, the harmony of music, and the beauty of art bring increased fulfillment and goodness to our lives. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Rabbi Ali, can you share with us the Hebrew that you put at the top?
Yeah, I used a phrase that that I've used before. It's one of my favorites, actually, from I think it's from Psalms, of those who sow in tears reap in joy. And Tracey, your story was just so striking to me about, you know, the cup of dirt, and also just the green shoots reaching towards the sky also, and how much is underneath the ground sometimes of those shoots. So yeah, felt suiting for it.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask that you stop your share, although I don't want you to. Tracey, I also want to tell you that Rachel Naomi Remen is one of my favorite authors. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. We're going to turn back into our slides. Going to turn to Aleinu. Please rise in body or in spirit. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We turn now, excuse me, we turn now in our service to our time of remembering. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with the people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. On this Shabbat, we remember in Shiva, in the most recent days since their death, Robert Bob Bruder, and in Shloshim, in the first month since their death, Bonnie Dick, Florence Bernstein Kahn. And we mark the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of death that fall on this Shabbat. Harvey Barnard, Howard I. Bloomfield, Harry Cohn, Henry G. Dettelbach, Jean Newman Friedman, Samuel Glassman, Adolf E. Goldhammer, Saul S. Goldstein, Ray Weisskopf Goodman, Ruth Klein, S. James Lieb, Robert A. Moritz, Robert N. Orpit, Chaim Riff, Philip Rose, Marcella Rosenberg, Richard L. Royce, Pearl Mark Shook, Alex L. Siegel, Francis Stein, Willard R. Traub, Ira J. Weeder, Peppy Wiesenberger. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled, and we turn to the mourner's Kaddish. We rise in body or in spirit. Yitgadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divra hirute b'amlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach leolam almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yit hadar v'yit haleh v'yit halal shemei dekudasha b'rechu le'elam minkol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata ta'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Say shalom b'mromav huya aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all of us and bring peace and bring comfort to all of us in mourning. And we say together, amen.
Amen.
Deb, what should we sing?
I'm thinking a rousing round of Adon Olam. So please join me. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, Ve'acharei, Kichlot Hakol, Levado Yimloch Nora, Adon Olam, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Ve'hu Yeh B'tifara, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol, Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Adon Olam, Ve'hu Echad, Ve'ein Sheni, Lahamshilo lahachbira Adon Olam, Beli Reshit, Beli Tachlit, velo haos v'hamisra Adon olam Adon olam Adon olam Asher malach B'terem kol Yitzir nivra Le'et nasa B'chefzo kol Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam Vehu Eli V'chai goali V'tzur chevli Be'et zara Adon olam Vehu nisi Umanos li Menat kosi Beyom mekra Adon olam Asher malach B'terem kol Yitzir nivra Le'et nasa B'chefzo kol Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam Beyado Afkid ruchi Ve'et ishan ve'ayira Adon olam Ve'im ruchi Geviyati Adonai li velo ira Adon olam Asher malach B'terem kol Yitzir nivra Le'et nasa B'chefzo kol Azai melech shemo nikra Adon olam.
I feel like you have to do head bopping with that one.
You do. It's on
It's
a hint.
required. Very quickly, let me share with you two things going on. We have Tikkun times 3. Oops, I did this wrong. I forgot to change one. Oh, we're going to just stop that really quick because I made a mistake. So we have Tikkun times 3 on May 16th. You need to register for that. It's an all day. You can learn, you can repair the world, and you can celebrate Shavuot. 5/21, we have another turning point that is not Tracey. Tracey already wrote her thing. Will be the Nathanson family talking about, you will see. So please register for Tikkun times 3.
And there's an ice cream truck.
Ice cream is coming. The ice cream truck is back. So we are going to have our benediction. And one of the things we've done during a Turning Point service is ask Rabbi Ali to share her iPad while Deb and I offer the final blessing. Rabbi Ali, are you able to share your, it's working, you're working on it? Okay, you've got lots going on there. So beautiful.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yis Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift up each one of us, and may God bring us shalom, peace, and wholeness. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Shalom.
Should we pull our challah out?
Yeah, but I don't have a challah.
Well, I've got a little mini challah roll again today.
Okay, great.
So this
Ali,
will-
if you need to stop sharing, that's good. That's
Karen
fine.
and
Thank you. It's
Tracey
just
and
beautiful.
Sharon have one. All right, here we go. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon.
B'te'avon, Shabbat shalom, everyone. You may unmute, please.
Shabbat
Thank you,
shalom.
Rabbi Ali. Rabbi Ali, it's the
Thank
middle
you.
of the afternoon
You're
here, and she has to go back to regular work.
Shabbat
So
shalom.
thank you,
You on a
Rabbi
few weeks.
Ali.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Everybody.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Tracy, you
Shabbat
amazing.
shalom.
Where's Tracy?
Yes.